So in this video, I'm going to share with you how I got my first Airbnb co-host client through real estate networking events. First and foremost, real estate networking events are gold mines with co-host Airbnb co-host opportunities. Number one is because if you're an inspiring co-host and you're looking to get your first co-host deal, your target avatar is going to be most likely real estate investors. And so you want to network and connect with real estate investors. The easiest way, in my opinion, is to go to networking events. This is because that's where real estate investors go. They go there to network for their own deals. And so you want to be a part of that process. Number one reason to go to networking events, because that's where real estate investors go. That's when they talk about their deals. That's when they network with other real estate investors. And this is a way for us to be in the conversation as far as real estate investments for investors that want short-term rentals or that may be on the cusp of not knowing about short-term rentals, but we start to make that connection where we can start to inform and educate on the value of short-term rentals. This is the huge reason, the number one reason why you want to go to networking events. So what do you prepare before going to these meetings? The biggest thing you want to know is what you're going to say when you talk to an investor. So you need to have your elevator pitch ready. It doesn't need to be salesy. It doesn't need to be this, elevator paragraph pitch that you're going to say, but you want to have a one-liner. You want to have a 1 to 2 sentence framework of what you do. Hey, I'm Jamal. I'm a short-term rental operator, and we help investors, busy investors, get the benefits of increasing their cash flow by us helping them manage the day-to-day operations of a short-term rental Airbnb. Real simple. In the real estate meetup that I went to, what they do is everybody comes in, you talk, you introduce yourself, you go around, there's drinks, there's food. It's like a gathering area for like the first 20-30 minutes, really till everybody shows up. And then they go around in a formal setting and everybody stands up and speaks about what they actually do. So you have real estate agents there, you have real estate investors, you have landscapers, you have handyman. Side note, co-hosts, if you need to get a handyman you don't have, you can maybe get handyman at the real estate meetings. There's major benefits from going to real estate meetings, but you need to know your elevator pitch. And that's good for you to stand up with confidence. Even if you don't have an Airbnb, you can still say and stand up and say that you're an operator and that you are familiar with short-term rentals. You help busy investors manage short-term rentals, handle the operations. You offer a hands-off, all-inclusive package so real estate investors can benefit from the upside of short-term rentals, but still be in their day-to-day and still focus on the fix and flips, focus on getting more properties. That's what investors want to know. They want to know that they can still double down on their business, but increase the cash flow. If you think about it, most investors have been doing long-term rentals, or on average long-term rentals, like cash flow is maybe $300 a month. And so $300 a month versus them bringing home $1,500 a month or $2,000 a month or whatever it is, that's maybe 2 to 3 properties in one. And so if you can help them increase that cash flow because they're busy, you bring a lot of value. That's it. Know your 30-second elevator pitch. Know what you're going to say. Understand what your offer is as well. You want to understand, hey, we help set up. If you're all inclusive like myself, you help set up, stage, and design the property the right way, because 75% of success in Airbnb is in the beginning, is in the setup and the design. You got to hit that home, in my opinion. A lot of real estate investors might try to skate around that, wiggle around that, maybe want to do it themselves. When you're first starting out, there is a lot of grace and patience as far as what they want to do, and you can make that decision if it makes sense, but understand, hey, you offer the package as far as setting up, as far as design, and then we optimize the listing. We set it up on all platforms, and you want to be able to articulate those platforms: VRBO, Booking.com, Google Vacations, Airbnb. It's not just Airbnb. If you have a direct booking platform, that's a lot of value there. So you want to articulate what is in your offer: setup, optimization, dynamic pricing, handyman coordination, cleaning management, so it's hands off for the investor. And then the last thing is just having confidence, being assertive, and articulating what you know, what you've done, what course you went through, who your mentor is, These things are all important. All right, so your elevator pitch. When the meeting and I got my first deal, they asked, what do I do? What service do I offer? Am I an investor? And so I had to stand up and say what I do. I've been to the meeting before, but I reiterated that I am a real estate investor. I have bought a property before. That's just my experience. So I'm a real estate investor, but right now, currently, I'm a short-term rental operator. So you guys, you need to know what you are. You're a short-term rental operator. If you're a co-host, you're a short-term rental operator. That's just the easiest way to say who you are. I'm Jamal. I'm a short-term rental operator. I'm John. I'm a short-term rental operator. Jasmine. I'm a short-term rental operator. Who do you help? We tend to help real estate investors that have properties in good locations that could benefit from the upside of a short-term rental operation, that want to see the cash flow from a short-term rental operation. What we do is just manage the operation. We manage the day-to-day. It's all inclusive. So the busy investors, it's really hands-off for them so they can benefit from the upside cash flow. So who you are, what do you do, how do you help them? That's really how you guys can put it together. That's how I articulated mine. And then you have one-on-one conversations. And then it's just, from that point, it's just connecting, being real, being honest, seeing how you can help. I wouldn't be so salesy. I would just see how you could help. I wouldn't be attached to, oh my God, I got to find a deal. I want to make sure that I can find somebody. I would be detached, but there to just be confident about what you do, help, and plant seeds in people's ears about, hey, oh, you got that property? Oh, okay. That's in a good location. I know about 4 Airbnbs in that area. Have you thought about that? And then you have some people that are thinking about it. Oh, you've been doing it, and they've been doing it. So in my situation, the guy was thinking about it, was looking into it. He already remodeled the place, thought it would be a good Airbnb. And then we started talking. He wanted me to come check it out. So most of the time it's going to lead into that. Come check it out. Look at the place. I like to look at it if I can, if I'm not remote. If I'm remote, I like to at least get pictures. I need to do some research. You know, I take a day or two to do some research to make sure it makes sense. I like to connect at the meetings and then lead into follow up, maybe meet you at the property, send me pictures, let me do my analysis and my projections. That's how my story went. But that's what you need to be prepared for the elevator pitch. To recap, this is what I learned from my first meeting. One, this is where the investors are, most of them. Maybe not the out-of-state investors, but the local investors that have been in the area for a while, they are here. It all connects together. If you are, like I talk about, posting content, putting out value, you're gaining credibility. That's the sort of the long game. But now at the real estate meetups, you're meeting people and it goes hand in hand. Oh, I know this guy. Oh, I've seen some of your content. Oh, I know this guy and seen some of your content. So you have some credibility that correlates there. They have a feeling that you know what you're talking about. Number 2 is, being confident, showing up consistently. Oh, this guy is involved. He's showing up consistently to the meetings. That's helpful. And then we're recapping, knowing what you're going to say, talking like you've been there before, articulating the industry, explaining that this is a hospitality business, not real estate. That's important. These are the lessons that I've learned as far as like showing up, not being afraid, getting over if you're afraid to talk in public, if you're afraid to network and connect, that's just a part of the business. You're going to have to learn to do that. And then just showing up consistently, knowing that you're going to find some investors there. Not everybody's going to be ideal to work with, but you're in the room. The biggest thing is you want to be in the room. It's going to expand from there. It should lead from there. I ended up picking up my first 3 co-host properties just by going to the actual meeting. So there's a lot of value in that. If you want to be prepared, maybe write down your pitch, write down your 4 to 5 sentences as far as what you do so you know it, memorize it, articulate it. Search real estate meetings in your area, get on Facebook, find the groups can tell you, and then go to the meetings. Maybe bring a friend, maybe bring your significant other, maybe bring your business partner if you don't want to go alone. Those are my recommendations. All right, guys, hopefully this was helpful. Simply, my first deal came from putting myself out there, putting myself in a room, my target client, and showing that I knew what I was doing, that I was confident in what I was doing. And that's really all it takes. If you're looking to get your first deal as a co-host, as the Airbnb Co-Host, and you want to manage a property owner's property, get into the room, get into the real estate meetings, and show up and go from there. Don't overthink it. Prepare a little bit, but don't overthink it. That helped me get started, and I'm sure it's going to help you as well. So if you like this video and it was valuable to you, and you can take some insights from this video. Remember to comment below, like, and subscribe for more videos of helping anybody get started with their first co-host property as an Airbnb co-host. I'm making these videos to help you get started. I also want to help real estate investors who are busy, who have properties that want to see the upside from a short-term rental Airbnb, see the cash flow upside. The more co-hosts, more quality co-hosts we can help get their first property, the more real estate investors can get the significant cash flow upside from an Airbnb short-term rental. Comment the word Airbnb below if you want more help with your elevator pitch or help figuring out what real estate meetings are in your area. Comment below and I'll reach out.